Waking up at 10 o'clock still feeling heavy and fogged? Eating all the healthy food but still not feeling lighter? Sleeping for 10 hours but still not feeling awake? Welcome to your own channel Boli and Rigveda series where we try to decode why we do what we do. Today's video is about internal body clock. Modern science discovered it recently, but Rigveda has returned it thousands of years back. So let's understand that. In 2017, just recently, 2017, not long back, three American scientists won Nobel Prize in physiology for discovering what? Discovering that each cell in your body has its own biological clock, and that biological clock runs on a 24-hour cycle. When you sleep, when you wake up, when you digest, when your immunity peaks, when your brain is sharpest, all of this they called it circadian rhythm. Science called it revolutionary, but our ancestors called it Dinacharya and built an entire daily schedule around it thousands of years ago. Continued research on circadian rhythm found out that every cell in our body has a biological clock and which regulates 40% of our genes. Ayurveda understood what we call now biological clock, that it should be in sync with the light and dark cycles of nature. Okay, let me put this very simply. The master clock sits in the region of the brain called the SCN, Suprachiasmatic Nucleus, which is set by light. When the morning light hits your eyes, it tells the brain to start producing cortisol, which is alertness hormone. Cortisol level peaks 30 to 45 minutes after waking up. Studies show that cortisol level naturally rises before dawn, promoting wakefulness. Hence, Ayurveda prescribes waking up before dawn so that you naturally align with the cortisol level increasing, promoting wakefulness and maintaining your energy levels. Yes, whatever you're thinking is right. Brahma Muhurta, we call it. 90 minutes before the sunrise is when Ayurveda prescribes to wake up. This is not just an arbitrary window. This is exactly when your cortisol level rises, when your body temperature climbs, and the brain enters your sharpest state. The Vedic tradition divided the day into three segments based on the three doshas, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. These are not just spiritual categories. They map onto what now modern science also says that are three different physiological phases. Vata means movement, Pitta means metabolism, and Kapha means stability. That means it affects your digestion, metabolism, as well as sleep-wake cycles. Now, Kapha dominates from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., which is heavy, damp, slow. Hence, modern science tells that, the digestion system is very slow because lymphatic drainage is at its peak, body temperature is climbing. Now, the answer to your question. If you sleep past 6 a.m., you will feel heavy and fogged. That's the reason. Pitta dominates from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., which is sharp, hot, transformative. Modern science calls gastric acid production peaks at midday, metabolism enzyme activity is at highest, your liver's detoxification capacity is at its maximum. This is precisely why every Indian has eaten the largest portion of meal, lunch, at this time. Now, why does your body crash at 3 pm? Because what dominates from 2 to 6, which is light, dry, airy. Modern science calls it post-lunch dip, where cortisol level drops, irrespective of whether you had your lunch or not. And melatonin hasn't risen yet. Hence, your body enters into a naturally low energy window. Many ancient cultures like Indian, Chinese, Spanish have included rest in this video. Modern productivity science says that if you take 20-minute nap in this 1 to 3 pm window, then your afternoon cognitive performance levels increase dramatically or improve dramatically. Wow! We Indians used to take nap. हमारे गुजराती में बोलते हैं दाल भात खा के आधा घंटा सो जाने का, then दुकान खोलने का. One more answer that I would like to give here is late night eating. Now, every Bollywood star is saying that, I eat before sunset, I complete my dinner before 5 pm or 5:30 pm or 6 pm or whatever. This is exactly written in our tradition by rishis that you have to complete your dinner or last meal or last portion of food before sunset. This is because when you eat after sunset, your brain is telling you not to eat. It is sending signals not to eat. But when you override these signals and still eat, Then the pancreas have to create insulin to deal with the meal that you are eating, which is completely in contrast with what your brain is telling you to do. This is linked to metabolic syndrome of weight gain, insulin resistance, and improper sleep. It was not something that was spiritual or linked to any cultural activity. What Vedic rishis wrote was chronobiology. Hence, what modern researchers describes as metabolic timing, endocrine cycling, and time-restricted feeding were all embedded in Ayurvedic practices thousands of years ago, without the language of molecular biology, but with remarkable precision. It was not spiritual, it was not just cultural, it was completely scientific and explaining why we do what we do. Thank you so much. I love you all. See you in the next video. Hopefully, it is getting interesting.